Hey, great to see you again. So, as you guys know, I absolutely love books, and I'm here with Ajit, who's written an amazing book about success. So, he's the CEO, or he was the CEO of a company I really respect called Mind Valley, which is one of the global leaders in online education and personal excellence, which is obviously a huge focus of my studies. As you guys know, I study billionaires every week, so it's a huge focus point to me. And you guys also have an affiliate program, and you guys pay out hundreds of thousands of dollars to affiliates each month. So, but we're here to talk about his book, Live Big. So, how would you sum this book up first in a sentence?
So I would say Live Big is about having a life of choice. It's about being able to grow your companies and live a big life at the same time. Being able to have the choice of saying, what do you want in your daily life? How do you want to show up? How much you want to work, how much you don't want to work, but still be able to make the money and grow your businesses in a way which satisfies your materialistic needs that you might have. So just that balance of saying, hey, you don't have to work your ass off. Sorry, you don't have to work. So just to be
You said the A word. No, it's fine.
So-
It's fine. I
so
swear
that-
like a sailor.
Oh, okay, then it's fine. I don't know if I can do that. So not to work so hard that you are just absolutely forgetting about everything else that life has to offer, and being able to really live your passion, not only in context of business, but also in context of life. There is relationships, there's health, there's well-being, there's spirituality. To be able to tap into all of that and still be able to grow your companies and still be able to make money.
So you've affected, you've built businesses, you've built other people's businesses, you manage 250 employees at Mind Valley, like a lot of big accomplishments. You're doing like really sick things. I've seen all your stuff on the internet and whatnot.
Thank you.
But what would you say are like the biggest mistakes people make? Because a lot of you out there are just starting businesses. And what would you say are a lot of the mistakes that people make in just getting started with their business?
So there are a couple of things that happen usually, but the one thing that I've seen most consistent is people focus way too much effort towards marketing and way too little focus on the product. People think that it's, oh, my business is not working because I don't have the marketing strategy, or I don't have the marketing engine, or I don't have the marketing gimmick that's the latest gimmick that is out there. I don't have the viral video, I don't have the Facebook ad. Not true. A business works because you have a great product. And yes, marketing is important. There's no way I'm saying discount marketing, but it's easy to write marketing for a great product. It's very hard to write marketing for a really bad product. You got a great product, marketing will write itself. And you don't have to be a genius copywriter to sell water when somebody's thirsty. It's a great product at the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
And that's what people confuse, but they think, no, they need to come up with some fancy copy to sell water when it's already a desert in the middle of the desert, right? You don't need all of that. You worry about your product and make sure that the delivery of the product is good and people are having great experience and they get to transform their lives if that's the type of product it is, or at least have a great experience with the product and get the result that you promised. If people will have that, marketing will write itself and your business will grow.
Dude, I'm so on point with that, because for me, even though I have a large affiliate program for my own personal product, and what I focused on is I said, hell, I want to focus on creating the best training course possible. Even though my course is about marketing, I have affiliates market for me, which is funny because I'm just like, how do I create the best training product? I like online education. I think it's really cool. That's why I'm super excited. I'm a huge reader. And what would you say is a tip for people just looking to, like, people who are out there looking to just make money, who have tried a number of things and are just looking to make money? What advice would you give to somebody who's tried business after business? Because there are a lot of people out there who are stuck in this place where I see them, 1 month they're starting a drop shipping business on Shopify. The next month they're, starting an Amazon FBA business, and the next month, maybe they're looking at, me and they're saying, oh, John teaches people how to do affiliate marketing.
Let me teach that.
Yeah. And so what advice do you give people who are like, who are just trying to make some like really money? Because I know you focus on mindset a lot in here, but I want to hear what your advice for these people are.
So there is a chapter in the book that literally the title of the chapter is money. It's a dollar sign. That's literally the chapter title. It's like, because there is no way I can discount the power of money. This is business. Business is, you make transactions. You can do whatever with that transaction. You can keep it, you can spend it again, you can do whatever with it, but business is transaction. There is no two ways about it. So let's just make sure that we all agree that we gotta make money. And we gotta make money for ourselves and our families as much as we gotta make money to be able to run the business and make more money in the business and to be able to grow it and to change the world or whatever that is your intention. Right? But here's the thing that happens with opportunity seekers versus business builders or entrepreneurs. Opportunity seekers look at somebody else and say, how can I have that? Right? Business builders or entrepreneurs look at what is inside me that will help me create whatever I want to create. Right? It's the outside in or the inside out approach.
Can you say that thing again?
It's the outside in or the inside out approach.
So opportunity seekers look at others and they say, how can I have that? That looks cool, but that means they're continually chasing, because there's always going to be somebody. There's gonna be a Ducati that pulls up, then there's gonna be a Lamborghini, then there's gonna be a yacht, then there's gonna be a private jet.
Yeah, and that's the challenge with opportunity seekers. They'll always be looking at somebody else and hoping that they could have that. Whereas a real entrepreneur, a real business owner does the other way around. They go, what is it that I want to create? And whatever comes as the outcome of that, great, good on that too, right? So that's the difference between. So the people that we're talking about who are always looking at something are opportunity seekers. They're not necessarily entrepreneurs. They're not necessarily business owners. They're not necessarily looking at creating an empire out of whatever they're doing. They're just trying to make a quick buck. And maybe they will make a quick buck, but mostly they'll be chasing all their life.
So it's a bad thing to be an opportunity seeker?
Well, it depends on if you want to chase all your life. If you want to chase, some people love to chase. It's like, they just love that idea of saying, hey, how can I make the next gimmick work? And that's fine. It's good on you if that's what you want. But if that's not what you're looking for, if you're really wanting to build a business, stop chasing the next gimmick. Build a business, right? So it's not a good or a bad thing. It's a choice that we make. So if the choice is, no, I really want to get out of this rut and build a business so I can fund my family and get the family home or fly to different places, travel the world, or get whatever that you need to get, or have experiences that you want to have, or invest in my personal growth, whatever that is, if that's the intention, work from a place of creation. Don't work from a place of the next gimmick and the next gimmick and the next gimmick. Because gimmicks will only get you the quick buck today.
I hear you on that. And I remember when I was young and I got into affiliate marketing, this was like at the end of college. Frankly, all I wanted, I was like, none of my friends are making money. Everybody, we're drinking, smoking, whatever. We think we're cool, but I just wanted to make some money. So I was just like, I just want to make some money. And I remember, I chased a few gimmicks. But the thing is, like, when I made that first $500, I made $500 selling some stuff on eBay. It was I won't go into the kind of things I was doing, but basically, I made like 500. I remember I was like, oh my gosh, this is more money than I make. It took me 1 hour of work, and it cost me. I'm only making $400 a week. I was making $400 a month from one of my side jobs. I was like, this is more than I'm making. Yeah. I was like, I took 2 hours. Like, that's $200 an hour. How do I? This is crazy. But it showed me that it's real. Like, the thing is, and at that point when I was like 19 or whatever, just making a few $100s, it was like,
everything.
This is
everything. Yeah.
It isn't fake money. It's real.
Yeah.
It's real. And it took me. I remember it took me time before I got to the point where I'm at. It probably was like 2 years ago, around the time I got married. Funnily enough, where I was like, I want to really create a longevity business where like I add massive value to the world. I don't want to just be a trader. I don't want to just be a arbitrary. I want to add. How do I do this better than everybody else? Not just the top 1%. Better than everybody. That's where I'm at now, and my business is bigger than ever, which is cool. So I understand, and it's actually way more fulfilling. But those first dollars were so freaking key. I don't think I'd be here if I never had made that first 500.
Absolutely, and you start somewhere.
Yeah.
You gotta start somewhere. I started with my own bet in India, and I started as an intern when I said I need to learn how to even do online business, right? You gotta learn somewhere, and when you're learning, you're just failing. That's basically what you're doing. You're just seeing what do I fail less at, and let me do more of that, right? For you, it was affiliate marketing. You were like, oh, I'm just not bombing as much as I'm bombing everywhere else. Let me just double down on this. And then you found your drive and passion towards it to be able to say, how can I create the best damn product that everybody wants to promote, right? And create marketing around that really good product, right? So it all comes together eventually. You start somewhere.
How'd you get your, tell me about what, you said you were an intern in India. What's that story?
I grew up in India in a household of 23 other people. So we had like
23 brothers and sisters, or
cousins and extended family, and everybody's
family.
It was a big, Indian families are big.
Is family important to you now? Do you have wife?
In the middle, I didn't. Now it's important. I'm now married, and I have a young one, only 8 weeks old, so it's young.
Congratulations!
Yeah, thank you. Awesome. Thank you. It's so joyous. But yeah, so that's where I grew up, and as I was growing up, of course, abundance was number one priority. When somebody grows up in that kind of setup, it's like I gotta make money.
Would you consider yourself wealthy growing up? Were you like Brahmin, or were you like middle, or like lower?
Oh, the class wise?
Yeah.
No, I mean we were class wise. And caste system is terrible in India, and we don't really follow.
I don't know too much about it, but I know there's like Brahmin, and then there's like the street sweepers, and then there's the middle people. Like...
No, caste-wise I was okay.
Okay.
I don't want to still segregate it because that's actually a big trigger for us. For me at least, because I think it's unfair to society. So I don't want to get there, but we were not rich. Let's just say it that way. We were just getting by. We were not completely broke, but we were not super.
There wasn't pure abundance.
Yeah, I didn't have a room. Let's just say it that way. I didn't have a room. My playroom was my study room, was the guest room, was every room, right? So that kind of defines how we were. And so I grew up in that reality, and so money became a very big priority in my life, and I needed to make money, and I needed to get out of the place I grew up in, and that got me initially to be somebody who would take a lot of risks in life really early on, like when I was in my teens.
When did you start working?
I started, my first job was when I was 17.
Okay.
In India, that's early. I know here you start taking jobs in like 14, 15, I think. But in India, if you take a job at 17, your house must be in danger. That's how people would say.
Oh, really?
Like your family can't feed you while you're
working,
right?
So that was a big deal for you to...
It was a big deal for me to actually step out and say, no, I'm going to make my own money.
Interesting.
We were not talking about it that much at the time, but I got started because I was just not sure what I wanted to do at the time. Got introduced and joined the world's largest student-run organization, and got a lot of exposure with international people from that organization, because before that I was like a frog in the well. I only knew my community. I knew what you could do in Jaipur, but that community opened me up to really seeing what's the potential around the world, and that got me excited about the world, which later on led me to do certain jobs and try business in partnership with other companies, which didn't work out. And eventually one of the people that I met in that student organization, ISEC, I was connecting with them, and they said, hey, there is this little company which is running out of a house, only 5-10 employees, small company, but these are people who used to work for ISEC as well as the student organization people. Do you want to come join them? Because I wanted to just learn digital marketing. That company was Mind Valley.
No way. That was you were in...
I was in
Mind Valley. When it was 5 to 10 people.
We were like 10 people. Yeah, it was a small company. We worked out of a bungalow. We didn't even have proper desks. Yeah, it's huge. But now we have 250 employees in the company. At that time, we were barely 20.
And Vishen is like a celebrity. Like he's huge now.
He is.
Oh,
and
wow.
He's amazing. He's an amazing dude. So he definitely is is one of the pioneers of a lot of change in personal excellence and personal development for sure. So anyway, so that's kind of got me started in Mind Valley, and those were my first years.
And when you started in Mind Valley, you're just like,
I was a kid. I was 24 years old. This was 2008, and
wow.
I was I joined the company as an intern, saying I need to learn digital marketing, and I came as an intern for a year because I wanted to learn digital marketing. But then we started companies together. We started playing together. We started building together, and that eventually I became a partner in the company and so forth. So
that's cool.
That's been the whole journey. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And what attracted you to digital marketing in the?
So right before I joined Mind Valley, I was playing the role. So after my student organization run, I took a job in a media house in India, and I took a job of a salesperson because that was the thing that I could qualify for because I didn't have any degrees or anything like that, and that was something that was an offer. And I became really good at it really quickly. So the founder of the company was really impressed on what I was able to achieve in a really short span of time. And while that was happening, what I had thought was, hey, this internet thing, because internet was still new in India, is great. Let's do something here.
Yeah.
So I proposed it to the founder, and they said, yes, that's amazing because we also want to do something in the digital side because we know it's an up and coming thing. Why don't we invest in you and you start a company in the digital space? So I was not like it was decent investment for that size and that time. But it was like I was getting like 1%, it was one of those that you'll get like you'd be the CEO and they'll give you a percentage type of thing. So I was going to be that guy, and in the process, we ended up building a kind of a social network. And at that time, Facebook was not that big when we were starting to build it. But by the time we built it, Facebook started to come to India and became a big deal. So we were like, okay, this is not going to work out because the technology was superior. It already had traction. We had. But you
saw the potential of.
Yeah. So I discovered I was like, digital or online media is going to be the future. It's just too easy for people to stay connected this way. So it's gotta be. And so I said I need to do something in that. Is why I reached out to people asking if there was something available in digital media that I could try.
That's huge. And what are you really trying to, what would you say is the message that you're trying to get through in your book, Live Big?
So the message I'm trying to give in the book is that you don't have to work your ass off to build your company. And you can build your company by working and playing and enjoying life at the same time if you were willing to look at the same things that you've looked at with a slightly different perspective. So what I challenge in the book is perspectives. I try to have you look at the same things in a slightly or significantly different way, and I offer you research behind it. I offer you stories behind it, so you can see why the way you may be looking at certain things might be wrong or might be something that you may want to reconsider at least, because it might bring a very different outcome from what you are imagining and hoping for or getting right now. It goes all the way from how to think about products to how to think about your teams to why you have resistance towards systems or why passion's not working out for you or why purpose needs to always be further away from you and not too close to you.
That is, you don't even know how powerful that is, because I mean, well, you do probably, but it's the minds I see, because I'm a teacher. I teach thousands, I talk every week to so many of my students. I teach thousands of people, and I see these patterns, and I ask people, what other businesses have you tried, or what other things have you done? And it's funny because I try not to tell people what to do. I try to have them discover it themselves, but I see these patterns all the time, and I want to take people and shake them sometimes and say, you're in a pattern, you're in a life pattern, you're just going to repeat this, it's going to happen. They're saying, because I look at my support desk and I see somebody says, I tried an Amazon business, I'm trying John's business, I don't like John's business anymore, I found about this crypto trading business, and I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like you're in a pattern. You need to break the pattern. But people get stuck in these ruts in their mind, and it's like, how do you tell somebody you're in a pattern, and if you want to be successful, you need to get, it's not the business, it's not external, like what you were saying, it's internal, it's in here. So that's really cool, and I'd love to go, there's so much more I'd love to talk to you about, and just all this other stuff, but that's the time we have for today. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Get this book. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And if you're starting a business, if you run a business and you're looking to think bigger, I mean, yeah, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. So any final words?
Well, my final words would be that if you feel as an entrepreneur that you don't have a choice, or you feel like you're in a rut, or you're getting redundant, or the business is not working, I invite you to know that you always have a choice. There's always a direction you can take. There's always, yes, it'll need you to maybe work a little bit differently than how you have been working, but there is a choice, and there is a direction, and there is a potential outcome that is more in alignment with you than it has ever been. So I invite you to live big, think big, and know that you have a choice.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
Have a good one.
Hey, thanks for watching the video, and if you enjoyed this and you want to see more, make sure you like, you subscribe, hit that notification bell, or comment. And if you'd like to actually learn how it is I run my internet business and make piles of money like this, make sure you click the link below in the description or in the first comment, and I will show you. Peace.